Hi guys, sorry for the lack of videos last few days. I've been sicker than a sick thing and been in bed for most of it. I was wanting to do quite a lot more. I've got so much work to do, and but when you've had a gastro bug or whatever I've had, as bad as I haven't eaten since it's Monday now. I haven't eaten since Thursday night, so I'm a shell of a man at the moment. And my wick is about this small in terms of temper, hence I've upset people today, which is never my intention. So if you are watching, I apologise. It's not my intention, because that's not the sort of bloke I am. What you see is what you get with me. I will say it as I see it, mind. So you know, sometimes I suppose that can be a little upsetting for people. And I will not just agree for the sake of agreeing either. It's just, again, it's not who I am. Anyway, enough of all that, cobblers. I'm at the farm. What a cracking day. It's like going to be 14 or 15 degrees today. I'm going to get the drone up in a minute, give you a really good idea and look around the lake. I've got to check feeding spots, check feeders, feed all the C1s and C2s in the smaller ponds. Check for any predation, the normal rounds, and then I can get back to the lake where Dan is. He's on solo this week on Fensmere. He had one this morning, one of the smaller stockies, so a good sign. It's not obviously not one of the big ones that you come to Fensmere for, but it's a good sign that the fish are feeding. And I've got a sneaky suspicion, with the temperatures rising 16, 17 degrees, I think by Thursday, and the nighttime temperatures coming up to 6 or 7, we're going to see that water temperature creeping up a couple of degrees quite quickly. Fish feeding, and I think he's got a very good chance of having one of the big girls. So fingers crossed that'll happen. Top lad, and I'm really looking forward to sort of showing you a fish. We can go through all the weighing procedures as well then, and I can take you through what's expected of weighing and managing fish at Fensmere, and also give an idea of how we do it on the lake, because you know, it's different to other lakes. And so I just put my bins on because I just want to have a look in. And there they all are, they're all up here, hopefully. Yeah, they're just too big now, these ones. But anything I put back in here, what we got, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Let me see if we can just go back on them. There we go. It's automatic focus. I thought that was gonna, here we go. Here they come. Here they come. So they're all looking clean. There's a couple of commons there. In fact, 3 commons altogether, look. 3 commons altogether. Let me see if I can zoom in a bit on them. There they are. Lovely jubbly. So there's 15 fish back up in this top lake. So we've got 15 fish up in this top lake. They're all super right up here in these shallows, but they're all big enough to be cormorant proof. So I've seen no signs of them being mauled either, because they were all sort of 3-4 pound C2s, French C2s, slightly smaller, because as I said before, this top lake's been a little bit colder, and they've not sort of reached that 5 or 6 pound in their end of second summer that they have done on the, or most of them have done on the main lake. But now with this shallower water, I'm hoping with the amount of sun that can now get in, having cleared all these trees, that it will produce the same sort of growth rates that I've had on the bottom lake. Fingers crossed. So all looking tickety-boo at the moment. I might just give you a look at the bottom through the camera when I get that on. Otherwise, what we're going to do, it's a relatively easy one today, because I've got limited energy. I'm just going to have a walk around, get out in the boat, check the feeders, feed the fish, and get the drone up. So hopefully we can get some drone footage of the fish in the main lake, and I'll just give you a little walk around from the sky of the fish farm. All right, I'll catch you later, guys. Bye bye. All right, so just fed all the little C1 ponds, the Leany pond and the tank. And it's worth reminding that in the next 2 weeks, I'm actually going to be draining and grading both the tank and the Leany pond. Now, I've got a grade down to 200, 250 of the best fish, which means I'm going to be left with several thousand other C1s, and they are absolute crackers. Remember, these fish are crosses between all the 3 strains that I have on the fish farm and Fensmere. So we've got Royales, which are some of my bigger fish, some of the real big fish at Fensmere, like the General, Andy's fish, big scale. They're all Royales, they're all 70 plus, mid 70s, could be 80 pound this year. We've got Cardinal strains, which originally come from here, which have got them pearlescent and pearl-like scales. They're going mid 60s now. And obviously we're crossed with Leanies as well. So I've got a real mixture in the tank here, and I'm going to have around 200 of these C1, 2,000 of these C1s for sale in the coming weeks. I think the easiest way to sell them is in batches of, say, 400 to 500, probably 400. And I'll be looking at about €300 for 400 fish. So if there's any fisheries out there that want to have fish that are now coming, it's coming to the end of cormorant season, I can pretty much show you and guarantee that these strain of fish, if fed correctly this summer, will attain weights to make them completely cormorant proof by this autumn. In the main lake here, these fish have been attaining weights of between sort of 2 and 4 kilos. So we're talking on average around 5 to 5.5 pounds average, with the biggest going around 8 pound at the end of their second summer. So we've got great growth potential with these fish. And if you've got a small stock pond and you want to look after your future stock, a very, very cheap way to do that will be to get some of these off of me. Especially if you're local area, you can come and pick them up yourself. All you'll need is a tank and a bit of air. If not, just contact me and I'll be able to come back and hopefully deliver them to you. All right, catch us. Right, I don't know how many of you have got these things, but invaluable bits of kit. The old drones. Now, I'm an old school angler, but I adopt the new school stuff. I have all sorts, and get stick for it from the boys because I'm not a purist. But look, when you're over here and you're fishing some of the massive lakes that I fish, having the ability to check them out in a short period of time and learn as much about the water as you possibly can in a smallish period of time is so invaluable. This is a DJI Mini 3. It's ultra light. Was it 249 grams? It's come under the weight category that you'd need to have a license for. I have a few different batteries and stuff for it, and look, it's just a fantastic bit of kit. It's so easy to use. It literally flies itself. I've got a polarizing filter on the front here, so it'll see down into the water. And look, it's, what can I say about it? It's just biblically good. Hang on, let me turn that down because it'll probably want to come down here. There we go. Hopefully we'll get takeoff. Let me have a look. Yeah, we'll get everything there. Look, lovely. I'll go through it with you. There we go. Right. So these things, again, if you haven't seen them in action, just ridiculously easy. I'm going to go and give it a good look around and just see where these fish are. I've seen quite a few on the surface just out here because obviously temperatures are really nice today. Them fish are moved up in the layers. But this is the beauty of this lake, because it's so shallow. It heats up so quickly. So I wouldn't be surprised if this keeps going and we get a bit more of this going in. These fish could potentially spawn into April, early, mid-April. Fish would be spawned and done. Obviously gives them a bloody good head start. So I'm going to take these off, it's easier then to see. So with these things, let me move that so it's not going to get caught on anything. There we go, lovely jubbly. It is as easy to take these things off as this. And she's away. Absolutely mental, isn't it? There we go. All right, she's on and in. Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for coming. Right. I'm going to go down here because then I can get better light. Okay. I'll do some recording for you as well, and I might just do a quick overview of the lake once I've got some fish in view. Because I know I could see plenty out there. Oh, there's a load there, look. Oh, yeah. Right, I'm going to press record and we'll start getting some video of this. All right, so a heap of fish down here. Let's zoom in on them. Oh, just a heap of them. Look at that lot of beauties. Oh, you got to love it. Check my stock. It's always interesting watching carp and carp's behaviour. My experience of stocking fish into lakes is that, and stocking them into my own lake, is that fish, when they stock, tend to stick with the groups they were stocked with, and sometimes within their year groups. Hence, you get certain fish get caught with others, and I think that that is the reason for that. They obviously have. There's obviously a an understanding that we don't have a fish behaviour. I suppose it's the same to say with a lot of animal behaviour. You know, we don't know everything, do we? We've got a little bit of an idea, but not much. So I'm getting a bit of video here for you guys, and I'm going to come down on this lot because there's a load of them. You can also see the absolute clarity of the water here. Oh, just spooked them. Hey, they didn't like that. That looked like a right little chubby one. Loved it. Yeah. So there you go. Anyway, just a little view of some of what are coming in. They'll be there by the end of this year. They'll have had their 4th summer, and some cracking fish. I'm expecting these to be in the 20 to 20, sort of 28 pound range. The very best ones could be up to 28 pound, and the slightly smaller ones down in the lower 20s. I've got 150 to go out this winter, but I've only got around 50 left because the others have already been pre-ordered. Some absolute belting fish as well, as you'll have seen. I might chuck a few more little photos in just to show you how incredible they are. So let me just give you a little look around. I'll stop this for the second, and then I'll give you another little look around the Fensmere site. All right, I'll plug that in. I'm not going to keep videoing me doing this, so I'll plug it in later. All right. Well, that didn't come back to where I wanted it. Let me bring that back here. And it on the back of this motor. Love it. Can you see over there? Kipper just come in, big head and shoulders out. Bloody marvellous. Spring's arrived. It's lovely times. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to tow this now up into shallower water. Obviously that's going to heat up quicker, and I think we're going to have more fish up there more frequently, and they'll get more into them, higher temperatures. Then it's about 2 meters deep here, up there about 1 meter. So I'm just going to check the bottom around here and see what it's all looking like, because this is already fed for today, and see what's left here, see if there's anything down here, because they could quite easily be down, and I'll show you if they are. Let's put the thing on again, and we'll go and have a gander. Let's see how we look. Let's see how we look. Oh, it's on the bottom already. Hang on. There we go. Oh, there's some coloration here, and let me see. Can you see? You can't really see it, can you? Let me try and zoom in. It's, you know, we normally get blooming good. I mean, down here a few days ago, this will have fed this morning, and it's just been chewed up, so it's very difficult to see. Oh, there we go, there we go. Plus, I've got my Polaroids on, which is making it even more difficult. But I'm drifting around the site here at the moment. Can't see any pellet, and this has just put about 8 to 10 kilo in. There's nothing visible there at the moment. I'm not sure how this is all going to go. This is always quite tricky. This is bloody heavy lifting this up. Okay. Got silt and stuff on there. Normally full of crays as well. Yeah, bit of detritus and rubbish on there, look. Bit of siltage. I'm going to plonk that on there. Now. And I can then tow that into place as we go along the lake. Okay. Lift that into place. Okay, there's one done. Get rid of that. Right, one up. Let's go around and get the other one. Again, look, this is my round the neck bit, so I'm not sure how good this footage will be. So let's just see how we go. What you will see is what I've talked about before when I was looking at the making of these. I mean, this is obviously what I based my my ones on, but you can see how rats and stuff have come out, got the feed, and sit around there chewing on it and pooing. Dirty buggers. Dirty buggers. So yeah, eating me bloody grub. Little bar stewards. All right, let's get this one up, and then I'll tow this lot up into the shallower water there. Bit less silt up there as well early on, so it'll be even easier for me to identify. Oh, that's heavy. Oh, that's bloody heavy. Right, okay, there we go. Let me plonk that up there so I get a boat full of shit. Okay, let's go. Let's tow this up the other end. Okay, Bobby Dazzler. This noisy old motor, it's a bit knackered, but I don't need to replace it if it's still doing the job, eh? So I look at it. Right. Let's go. Here we go. I'm going to bring this up to sort of up into this section up here to about 1 metre of water. I can test it literally with the oar until I find some solid ground. And invariably, the southwesterly, when it comes later on, is blowing that way back towards the dam wall. So this is always the lee end. Gets sunshine all day, heats up real quick. And this early part of the year has got a good chance we're going to get more feeding done. The fish certainly love it up here. So anyway, that's the plan of action. That's what I'm doing. I'll cut this now. All right, so nice firm bit of ground. We want this one on this side. So this is this weight that comes this side. The beauty of doing this is that also, because obviously you can see the water clarity on the lake is incredible. I'm going to be able to really get the drone up and watch these fish feeding and see, not just actually, you know, go and check them with the drone, but actually see exactly what these fish are up to with the rig and bait. There we go. There's one on. Lovely jubbly. Let me get this one round. Be alright if I didn't get that round there, wouldn't it? Like a bell end. Right, there we go. Okay. Oh. Not super easy this on your Jack Jones. So, plan of attack now is I've just got to try and straighten this out and get so that solar panel is getting full sun, which means, and also that when the wind picks up, it doesn't keep spinning it. So I'm nearly getting there. Right, let's lift that up a bit more here. Like it. There we go, looking good. That should pull tight on there. And that's looking like it's in place nicely. I'm going to observe this. I haven't fed up here. Last year I did some hand feeding up here, but I didn't feed up here with the feeder. The plan was this year, if I could afford it, would be have another one of these big feeders. Might try and make one. Because obviously when you're feeding an area regularly, consistently, the fish scour the bottom around it. And it's a very, very good way of making sure your lake bed stays nice and clean at the fish farm. If I can manoeuvre and move the feeder around continually through the year and I have good flow through the lake. So the flow here obviously is coming in up at this top end, just up here, and it flows solidly through. I also get a good flow coming from the top lake over here and the Leany Pond there. So these all have a flow area coming through. So if I had a couple of feeders and I can feed it a month at each time in the areas that we saw were a bit siltier when we were netting, and I can manipulate that as them fish disturb that silt, that sediment's getting taken out and over the overflow, then obviously I'm doing my lake the world of good, and keeping things as clear and clean as possible, which makes the netting more efficient, a lot easier in the future. So that's the plan of action anyway. We shall see how it goes through the year. Spooking fish everywhere here. Look at them, going mental. Chicken tikka oriental. Look, they're loving it in the sunshine. They are. The old kippers. Absolutely loving it. There's a few over here, look. For these fish, I represent grub. It's like a spod going out. For them, they know that food's around, and they're still hungry little buggers. There's a couple coming across here, I can see. They're all over the show, look. Oh, it's going to go up in the air. Remember, there's nearly 300 fish in this lake, and most of them are sort of around this area. Fan-bloody-tastic.